Welcome to SubscriberNation.com, where you'll meet the creators behind amazing online video channels, sharing their stories, inspiration, and hottest tips, and helping you learn from their success. Welcome, Subscriber Nation. Today I have with me Billie Goldman from Intel Corporation, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about branded content and a series of web series that they've put together at Intel. Thanks for being here.
Brighton, I'm really excited to be with you. I refer to them as social film versus webisodes and that kind of
Very
content.
good. Cool. Great. Well, can you tell us a little bit about you and about your show or your shows?
Okay. I have been with Intel for the last 19 years. And for the last 3 years have been producing social film. We've done 3 of them so far, and they have been one a year and incredibly successful, ranging almost in total now 200 million views for all 3 of them. They have achieved well over, I think, 8 different awards in the Emmy and Effie and Webby space.
There on the mantle.
Yes,
Very nice.
Those the Cannes Lions and the Emmy back there, and great success.
Cool, great. And so you are the campaign director for this. So you were telling me a little bit, maybe you can just give us 15 seconds of just hammer at us what exactly it is you do. Because you are not the director, you're not the creative side, but you are the get it done person.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I think of myself as the center point. All decisions are made by me. I sell in the concept. I get everybody on board. I get everyone behind me. And so every decision is mine. If anyone wants to know what's happening with the campaign, I am that person they come to. And so I kind of hold it all together. I am the glue. I am the one that keeps everything marching and makes all the decisions.
Perfect. And if you guys want to see these series, they're going to be down in the show notes. But because of license expiration dates and whatnot, we can't just put the clip into this video, but check on down below. So why don't you tell us a little bit about why Intel chose video and interactive video, and kind of maybe explain a little bit about how that interaction works, but really why video versus just regular advertising?
Absolutely. So Intel and Toshiba, for that matter, both have a significant problem with the younger generation, the millennial audience, those that are 18 to 34, in that they're very aware of the Intel brand, but we are losing relevance. So they think Intel is in every digital device they have, whether we're there or not.
Yes.
And so we need to create a better emotional connection with that 18 to 34-year-old audience. And how do you really talk to this audience? They don't like to be advertised to, right? And so we went down the path of social film because it has that exchange value where the audience is willing to give us their time in exchange for us entertaining them. And we do that with social film.
Awesome.
Toshiba has a very similar issue in that their audience, the average age of a buyer of a Toshiba laptop is over 50 years old.
Wow.
And so they too really need to reach that younger generation. Instead, that younger generation thinks the Toshiba brand is for their dad. And that's a problem.
Yeah, definitely. And video is such a great, or online video is such a great way. And that's why I'm so excited about online video, because it's the future.
Yeah.
It's what all the kids are doing right
Absolutely.
now. We're all going to be doing it soon if we're not already. Clearly, you guys are. So maybe you could tell us about a time that you learned from a mistake.
So, we've done 3 of these already, and we have learned an awful lot as we have marched forward. And there have been a few mistakes along the way. And I can't say they're mistakes. They were definitely things to improve the next time around. Our first social film, we actually were not real clear about, how long the episode should be.
Right.
And we actually made it so that there were some episodes that were 8 minutes long, and there were others that were 23 seconds long.
Oh, wow.
Really fast. And we didn't have a predictable time that they were rolled out. Instead, they were rolled out based on the audience participation and what the audience did as far as the interaction. And then we would give a piece of the story. And so in our second film, we figured out, okay, the audience really can handle much longer content than we were expecting. in the marketing world, it's 2 to 3 minutes on average
Right.
when you're talking about video. But here, when we're blurring the lines between advertising and entertainment, you actually have the opportunity to create something that's maybe 8 minutes long. And so we created episodes that were 8 minutes long, and we put them out on a weekly basis, every Thursday at 11 o'clock. You're going to see this, right?
Yep.
And so with that predictability, we gained a lot more people that would tune in and continue to follow episode to episode to episode.
Yep.
I would say another big key learning, which we've really figured out through all three of the films, is how much guidance to give the audience and how much creativity to allow them. Each one, the interaction has been different in the films, but really our second film allowed for an awful lot of creativity, and so almost too much creativity, really to be allowed. And then the third film, we really dictated exactly what we wanted from the audience, and in that case, I would say we actually really didn't allow enough creativity. And so it's a fine line one walks when you're really involving the audience, but it was definitely something that we learned and are improving.
Wonderful. Yeah, you talk about the audience was interacting during that 6-week period of the second or third one. I've only seen them afterwards, and they're still really exciting to see afterwards, and you don't necessarily even realize what was interactive,
right.
But it's very cool to see how the audience was brought in during the process.
Yeah.
So I love talking about money. Clearly, you guys made a decision to not spend money necessarily, or just to take part of your advertising budget and invest in social film. Were you able to measure that and say, that was a good idea? That was a good investment?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
We do research studies around each of the films, and those typically measure brand conviction and sales consideration, so purchase consideration. And a typical marketing campaign, usually we get about a 3% lift in both of those spaces. With social film, we were achieving between an 8 and a 12% lift for both of those. So a really nice lift in brand consideration and purchase consideration.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
This is great. So I guess what's next?
I'm working on number 4.
Wonderful. Good to hear it.
I've got
Ready to
plans
see
for
it?
5, 6, and 7. I mean, really, the thing about movies and films is that there are so many genres and so many stories to
yes.
tell, and so many different ways to involve an audience. And so I'm at the tip of the iceberg as far as what's possible.
Cool. Great. Well, where can we find these films, and where can we find out more about you? Or
You search online. I'm sure you'll find plenty. But the films, InsideFilms.com is the place that you would go to see them.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Billie, and thank you, Subscriber Nation. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Now it's your turn. Let everyone know what you learned today in the comment section at subscribernation.com, where you'll also find more hot tips and resources. And if you aren't already a Subscriber Nation subscriber, click here. Click here to find another interview, or here to see more from today's guest.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Gideon Shalwick. I'll be on Subscriber Nation next Sunday. Looking forward to see you there.